Please allow me to introduce you to our next guest. His name is Dave Fishwick. He is an entrepreneur. He left school at 16, but that has not stopped him. This is a Dave and Goliath battle, if you like, or as one newspaper put it in Britain, this is about an everyman against the Eton poshos. And it's been really celebrated in a Netflix movie. Have a look.
Get turned into the direction, go down on left, right over Main Road, and Dave's is on right.
All right, thank you.
Bloody Londoners.
Welcome to Burnley. He's a lawyer and he's from London, but don't hold that against him.
Bank of Dave is a heartwarming story about an underdog who fights to set up a bank to help his local community of Burnley following the 2008 financial crisis. And it is well past midnight in Burnley right now. And joining me live is the man himself, Dave Fishwick. Dave, so good to see you. Thanks so much for joining the show. I've watched the movie. Australia is about to get it. Can you believe that it's been really immortalised in this kind of way?
I'm so excited. It's just been a wonderful, wonderful journey. And, you know, how do you go from builder's labourer to building the first new high street bank for over 120 years? It's just been incredible and great fun. And Hollywood have turned up and made a movie about it, and we come into the cinemas in Australia. It's going to be brilliant.
Yeah. Well, thank you for your energy well past midnight. We really appreciate that. But that seems like vintage Dave to me. You are going to be in Australia soon. What do you want to tell people about Burnley and your story? Because I love at the start of the movie it says this is a true-ish story. Most of it is true, just not the Def Leppard part, right?
Def Leppard were amazing. But I left school absolutely useless, no qualifications whatsoever. I ended up on a building site as a builder's labourer. I were up and down ladders with a bucket of cement in each hand for 30 quid a week, which is a very, very small amount of money. But I like to think that if you work really hard, you can end up somewhere very special. And that's where the Bank of Dave's taken me.
Yeah, it's such a wonderful story, Dave. Let's go back just a little bit and explain to our audience what you've actually done here, because it is worth going through. You started lending money to the community. You saw after the 2008 financial crisis that the banks were not doing a great job. These big banks lending billions of dollars, but not to the people that needed it. So you took on the establishment. And how hard was that?
And that's what we did, you know. What I wanted to do is I wanted to help people get the best rate of interest in the country. I then wanted to lend that money to people and businesses who couldn't borrow from the high street bank through no fault of their own. And the profit after the overheads, I wanted to give it to charity. And I thought, it can't be that difficult. But it was a nightmare. The big banks hate me with a passion, you know, and I quite like that. So it really has been a journey, but we have lent now over £31 million to thousands of people.
Yeah, wow. Well, you're getting a sequel too, I read. But most importantly, tell us about some of those people that you have helped.
Well, to be honest, we've helped so many people. I mean, I've got one guy in particular that's on top of a hill. He builds boats nowhere near the sea. You know, we call him Noah for short. And we've helped Rachel Garland's florist, you know, because the bank manager said yes, and then they said no, and a bank manager 300 miles away, a computer made a decision about Rachel's Garland's florist. And you think to yourself, how can a computer make a decision about real people? So what we do is I've got a guy called David H., 55 years in banking, and he looks at people as people, and we make decisions based on common sense. You know, there's been so many problems out there. People who rob banks go to prison, but banks who rob people get paid bonuses. And that just has to stop. And what I'd really love to see out in Australia, it'd be wonderful if Australians all got together, run by the community to benefit the community, and open a bank of Laura or John or anybody else all getting together, that would be brilliant, because it's by taking everything back into your own hands, you can really make a difference.
I think Bank of Laura is a bit of a stretch though, Dave. Maybe a Bank of Dave in Australia. I mean, there's plenty of Daves here. You could get behind that.
Yeah, well, it'd just be wonderful when I get out there, because like I said, I'm going to pack my Speedos, my mirrored sunglasses, and I'm coming out surfing. I've never surfed in my life. I'm going to get onto the sea and give it all the waves. It's going to be marvellous. And if I could meet some people out there who want to do something similar, I'd be very, very happy to chat to them on your show and say to them, look, you know, if you do this, this and this, that will send you in the right direction. But the future, I mean, there's all these banks going bust around the world again. How's that happening again? It's really important that we get things back into our own hands. We have community banks run by the Australian people for the Australian people, rather than the bonus culture.
Well said, Dave. And if anyone wants to do that, I'm happy for them to contact me and I'll put you in touch with Dave. Dave, before I go, as I said, I've been lucky enough to see this movie. The rest of Australia is going to see it soon. Do you really love karaoke as much as the movie depicts? And what's your song?
Do you know what? I sing terrible. But if you want, when I come out onto your show, we'll sing together. We'll go to the cinema together. We'll watch it. Big bowl of popcorn, couple of cans of Foster's. We'll be living the dream.
I don't know. You know what I learned when I lived in London, Dave, that actually no one drinks Foster's in Australia because it's a terrible beer. But
No.
You know what? I'll find one for you when you're out here.
Yeah. I'll have something special.
Well, we drink rosé. That's universal, I reckon. So we'll have one with you when you arrive here, Dave. I really appreciate your time, and I look forward to seeing you when you come out to Sydney. Look, I've been getting surfing lessons for 3 years. I'm not very good, but I do know a surf coach, so I'll hook you up as well. I'll see you soon.
Looking forward to it. See you all in Australia. See you soon.
That is Dave Fishwick joining us from Lancashire, and it is approaching 12:30 at night. So, well, in the morning, I should say. So we thank Dave for staying up for us.